Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I wanted to talk about the opening minutes here to The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live. It's been officially released. I was actually surprised by it, but yeah, the opening minutes have officially been released. So yeah, I want to talk about that, but I should warn you that this video will contain spoilers, I guess, for the opening minutes. It doesn't really show a lot at all. It really, I think, the opening minutes here is really more just focused on Rick Grimes and just you sort of see him, he's very emotional, and it's in like a CRM setting or whatever, and it's more honestly the quality of the show and the music and whatnot. It's about 2 minutes long, and I think it perfectly sets the tone for what the show is going to be here. But obviously I do have to warn you for spoilers just in case you want to go into the premiere not knowing anything or not watching anything. Like, I also do want to say in terms of that for spoilers. So the way that I've usually been doing it is I will post stuff that is kind of spoilery, or not kind of, it is going to be spoilery, once the episode has been officially released on on cable. And sometimes it depends. Like, basically my reviews and stuff go out around like 1 or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock or something like that day. It's usually like around there, right? And so it's about 4, 5, 6 hours or something before the episode actually does air on cable. And I try to make those reviews as like non-spoilery as I can. Like, I would like to be able to title things like, oh, this thing happened, this and that breakdown. But obviously, like, I know a lot of people haven't watched it yet, so I'll usually just kind of put like, whoa, this big moment or this and that. And so it's a little more vague, and it's still also, it serves to help people who've also watched the episode early, right? Because we're also, we're all paying for AMC Plus, and so we are watching it when it does come out, right? So that's basically what my plan is. So it's like, for during the day of Sunday, there will be my reviews and stuff out there, and those will contain spoilers, but I'm going to try to be as non-spoilery as I can in terms of just like the title and all that. And that's the case until the episode actually comes out. Like, once the episode officially is released that night, then I'll be doing videos on just kind of everything. And that's what I've been doing for years, obviously. I just kind of wanted to say that because, yeah, just for people to know here. But let's actually get into the opening minutes here. So first of all, I'm just going to say the quality of this is just crazy, like crazy good. This is so movie-like. It's actually very, like, I guess we've kind of been exposed to this a little bit in the past, right? With Daryl Dixon and Dead City. I don't want to say a little bit. Those shows are obviously very cinematic looking as well. But it's just so cool to see Rick Grimes, in a setting like this where, it looks very movie-like. And we have a shot here of Rick, and he's sitting at a table in his room. It looks like it is in his room, and he's looking out this window. You do see that he's at the Civic Republic here. You see that there's the windmills in the back, and again, just really cool to see Rick in, like, again, I'm guessing that's his leather jacket right there. And because this is the opening minutes, I'm actually wondering if, like, it's sort of set like he's just kind of, he's thinking about things right now, and things are really, hard and all of that. And then, if the episode's going to play out very much like this is sort of what's been happening to me, like he's going to kind of tell the story of it. And then the end of the episode will end with something like this. Like, maybe this is like also the last shot of the episode, where maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure how the episode will end. I've always sort of predicted that the episode would end with Major General Beale or something big like that. Like, just something big happening in terms of that. But yeah, just a really incredible shot here. And then we get this one shot of this TV that is playing. And so obviously right away I was like, okay, I gotta try to listen to what they're saying. But basically they're just kind of saying that, there's been a few places that have been attacked, kind of thing. And I don't know if it's like other cities or certain walls that they have up around certain places, but it basically kind of seems like, yeah, it's just the news that's on, right? So Rick obviously probably just has this on all the time. It is really cool though, the fact that he actually does have a TV, and like everything is like very clean in here, right? Like, that's one of the things that is just kind of insane to think about in terms of, I mean, we're so used to it now because we've seen it with the other characters, but we haven't seen Rick in a place like this. Alexandria did get better, by the time he left, but it wasn't really better. They were still struggling a lot, right? And, you look at this now, the whole place is just really clean. He has a TV here. Obviously he's in a lot of pain because he wants to be with his family, right? Like, that's his big thing. He wants to be with his family again. He's been here for many, many years. And so, a lot of this is probably just nothing. Like, he probably has a hard time even just like laying there, right? Trying to enjoy this peacefulness that he has now. Like, I'm sure he would much rather be out there in the world struggling to survive if it means that he can see his family, right? But just the fact that we're seeing this, like just this TV right here with, the quality on here, like, to me, this is very cool. This is it just sort of changes the tone of the show overall. Like once you see this, you're just like, okay, this is different from The Walking Dead. And I think it was my brother actually that said that yesterday, which is like the CRM and just this whole thing with Rick Grimes and all of that. It kind of feels more like Fallout, right? Like, and I would say, it does feel like that a lot more. Like, it does feel like this era of The Walking Dead is going to be very different. Like, I think The Walking Dead in the past was all about trying to survive this and that, and I think they told that story properly. But now I think we're in a new era where it is more like a Fallout setting. There is more civilization that has been, restored. Things are starting to go back to normal a bit, but obviously it's not quite like it was. You have many issues still going on, obviously, and I just think that in terms of the overall feel and the tone of this like next phase of The Walking Dead, it's so exciting. But to me, it's more of the cuts here in the shot, like this one shot here where it cuts to, he's looking at that picture of Michonne on that phone. It's a lot of that stuff there where it's like you can see the way it's cut, the music and everything there. It just feels so different. Like this feels so like, I know I keep using the word cinematic, but like that is the best way to sort of describe this. Like, and I mean, it makes sense. Like the budget for this is so much more than what it was in The Walking Dead, right? Like per episode. So it makes sense. But we do see Rick here though in a very, very scary situation. And, it's one of those things that it really does make him, I guess, more human, and it really shows, the amount of stress that he's been going through. And I'm just so excited for The Ones Who Live. I really am. I'm so excited to see just what Rick's been going through. Like I haven't really seen anything from the show at all besides the trailers and all of that. I haven't seen anything. And so seeing this here, it just like immediately, like I am ready now. I am so ready to watch this show. It's so different watching trailers and getting all these sneak peeks and like reading all the interviews and this and that, just being a big fan of The Walking Dead, basically, right? Like getting into all that's so cool. But once you watch the show, and again, this is the first time we've seen any sort of scene at all where it was like actually longer than like 5 seconds or something, 5 to 10 seconds, right? To actually see this is like, it just makes it like, okay, I'm here. I'm here with the show. I am just like, I am so ready. I am so ready for the premiere of the show. I really cannot wait. And I'm really going to have to just like make a whole thing of it too. Like, I'm just going to have to like sit down here, get ready. Again, I will be streaming this on Twitch, so my reactions and stuff like that you guys can watch if you do follow me on Twitch. I'll be live at some point during the day on Sunday. It's going to be very early, like in the early morning, or not early morning. It's going to be more like late morning to like very early afternoon. So just basically make sure to follow and have notifications on. And yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to like watch this episode and just completely ignore everything. So yeah, I just think that, I mean, again, I can't believe we're already here. I can't believe we're already here. The opening minutes made it feel very real. I posted yesterday, I think, or maybe it was today. I said it was like 2 days away or it was 3 days away or whatever, but it still felt like it was like a year or two away. Up until now, it felt like that. It really just didn't feel real, like the show's actually coming out, because it's so hard to just be like, it's here, like it's actually here. Like it's so hard to just feel like that, right? But actually watching the opening minutes here, it feels real now. It feels like the show is actually here. I'm so ready. I really am. I'm so ready. We waited so long to see the return of Rick and Michonne, and we're going to see them in this episode here. So yeah, I'm very hyped for that. But I'm gonna leave it here though. Definitely post all your thoughts down below on the opening minutes if you've watched them. And yeah, I absolutely loved it. I do think there's probably going to be more to this, though, just because of what Andrew Lincoln was saying. So, and I know in previous opening scenes that they've released for like the shows and all that, it's not like the full opening minutes. There's usually a little bit more. And that's the thing, too. I'm so excited to see the intro to the show. I really want to know what that's going to be like. Like, that's just a lot of little things like that. Like, just seeing this and like, oh, I'm so ready. I honestly just got to stop talking. I'll ramble on about this forever. Like, I really can. One thing I will say, though, in terms of the opening minutes is I wonder if we're going to get more of this every single week. I think it would be really cool for them to go back to doing that. I don't remember if they did that with Daryl Dixon and Dead City. I know that they did release some opening minutes sometimes, but I don't know if it was like every single week, because I know they used to do that back in the day. Like back in the day, it was very much like, and again, I would love for them to go back to that in terms of releasing like trailers and all that. Like every single Sunday, like after the episode airs on cable, release the trailer and all of that, like online. Obviously, like you can see the trailer if you're watching it on cable, and also on AMC Plus, like they have a trailer at the end or whatever, so we can just see that there. But I just mean more like online, so that others can watch it, kind of thing. And then later on in the week, like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe the Friday or something like that, release the opening minutes. Like I think releasing it on a Saturday is a little too soon, just because it's the day before. It's like I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter overall. I think that just releasing the opening minutes every single week, I think is fun. And yeah, I mean, it has me excited for this episode. Like I just, again, like I said, watching it, it feels like it's here now. It actually feels like the show is actually here. And we're still 2 days away, but like it is here. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts on the opening minutes and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I guess, what do you think was being said on the TV? Like, it's kind of hard to say just by, you know, looking at what we saw, but it's kind of vague enough that I'm just like, I don't know what they would be referencing, unless they're like, I don't know. Then again, like I was thinking about all the Omaha stuff, like that's possible, but I'm pretty sure that happened like years ago, right? So yeah. Anyways, post your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.